What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ Prospect Profile for today. Today, focusing on Plymouth Whalers center and member Team USA JT Miller, Rangers first round pick this past June, 15th overall. Was committed to the University of North Dakota, but chose instead to go to the Plymouth Whalers of the OHL. And another edition of Major Juniors versus NCAA. Who's the best shot to get you to the NHL? He obviously took. Right now, he's leading the Whalers in scoring with 39 points in 31 games, and he's really showcasing his two-way ability up there, as evidenced by his +6 rating. A little background on Mr. Miller: East Palestine, Ohio native, 6'2", 195, pretty good-sized kid. Has a great two-way acumen and plays a very gritty game. Reminds me a lot of fellow Americans playing for the Rangers now, Ryan Callahan or Brandon Dubinsky, where they, and Derek Stepan to a lesser extent, that have good offensive games, but their bread and butter is sound defensive awareness and grit and toughness. Good old blood and guts Callahan. Callie will throw himself in front of any shot, make any hit, and do the dirty work. And he tends to get rewarded on the stat sheet. So, guys like that are making up the New York Rangers these days. Rangers got the most Americans of any team in the league. I mean, young, talented Americans. Like I said, Dubinsky, Callahan, Stepan, McDonough. Guys like that, and like I said, Miller, Bork, Ryan Bork's phone, not too far behind him, and they've got a really bright future on Broadway. And it's good. They're the Broadway blue shirts. It's all about the Rangers, and I think he's gonna win a lot of fans in New York with his two-way acumen and the fact that he's a gritty player. He gets it done on the stat sheet, but he also does the intangibles that help you win hockey games. Winning those battles along the board, going to the high traffic areas to bury greasy goals, working the corners, working behind the net. There's stuff that doesn't really show up in the stat sheet, but it helps you win games. Wear down the opposition, and he might develop into a very good shutdown guy too. I think he's a product of the development team, like so many other great Americans are these days. And he really, you play a pro-style game on the development team, and you get to play against older, more experienced competition. And he finished, I think, 5th on this team in scoring last year with 15 points in 21 games. So he got it done against those high-level teams. You play the full college schedule. You go up against the BUs, the BCs, and the Maines, and the Michigans. You train on Michigan's campus, and he's just another example of what that program's done for USA Hockey. It's another great player. He signed to TLC with the Rangers. He's already gotten paid more or less. There's a certain degree of money, sign-in bonus, but I think he's going to be a great NHL player for years to come. He was the 13th forward the other night for the U.S. against Denmark, and he scored the 8th goal of the game. He look for him to play a little more today, with Brickley sidelined with an injury. I don't know if he's dressing or not, but either way. If it becomes a blowout, kind of sit Brickley and give Miller some time to, see what he can do. And, he's playing his role, blocking shots on the penalty kill, doing that stuff. Because, when you're the 13th forward in a 12-man rotation, you got to kind of get in there and do the little things to impress the coaching staff. He's done that. I don't think that's a slight on him. I just think that's the way the lines broke down the other night. I think he'll play more as the tournament goes on. I think they're really going to need his forechecking ability and his ability to go in there and win battles. That's what it's all about. You win those battles, you create scoring chances, you take away scoring chances with the opposition, and ultimately you win hockey games. And you can have a team full of JT Millers, I think, because he just plays that responsible of the game, but also doesn't forget to score. And I think he'll have a pretty big tournament. Maybe not in the stat sheet. He's already 1 for 1, I think, in goals and in games, but just look for him to play that game. Because, like I said, a guy like Ryan Callahan or Brandon Dubinsky, they don't have to show him the stat sheet to make an impact on a given game. With the level of compete they have and the heart and soul they bring to the ice every night, they can win you a lot of hockey games just by going out there and giving it everything they have. And I know the fans in Broadway appreciate that. Fans in Boston appreciate that. Wherever you go, the fans will love you. But in New York especially, because fans gotta pay an nominal like the tickets, so they want to see guys that want to be out there and want to be Rangers. And JT Miller is one of those guys. So I think he's got a very bright future for the blue shirts. That's it for today's Power Play with CJ Prospect Profile on New York Rangers prospect JT Miller. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the tourney. Let's go USA.